Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I want to apologize to this audience, and I'm very much like to make sure that we're prepared in the morning and that we do the best we can to bring the best product we can in 2 hours. And I'm a little off. And I say it like this, I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be for the simple reason I have been multitasking. And I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. And you can find us at 706-889-9700. That's our hotline, and also chief@FetcherNews.com and all the social media ways to look us up. But what I was getting at is, if you're new to the show, we had a murder, okay? So I'm just going to tell you this. I have been getting some details via law enforcement, details by a district attorney. When I say details, just some more things that are developing that they're able to talk about and not hurt the investigation. And there will be the appearance, as you well know. So when I say I'm not as prepared, my apology, because there was a fatal shooting in Fannin County, all right? Now, in Fannin County, Georgia, and you can pick this up on national. If you just go to FetcherNews.com and click on Fannin County, you will find the fatal shooting in Fannin County. And there's two 15-year-old kids, all right? And there's a lot to unpack here. These two 15-year-old kids murdered Justin McKinney, number 33 of Morganton, a drug dealer. Now, there's a lot of social media chatter out there. A lot, okay? And we're trying to unpack this without hurting an investigation. Because our rule here at FetcherNews.com, I will get a text message that says, hey, what's really going on here? And my I understand one of the news networks from Atlanta came up yesterday, parked outside the school. We're trying to talk to friends. Okay, here's what I am going to tell you is that 15-year-old kids are able to find these drug dealers to purchase drugs, okay? And I say nicely, I say with all due respect, I would like for law enforcement to find these drug dealers before 15-year-old kids. I asked somebody, I was on the phone this morning with somebody, and I said, how old is your oldest child? And they said 13. I said, think about that. These are 15-year-old kids, 33-year-old man selling them drugs. And you're going to say, well, our whole life, that's been happening, through history. But it just hits home here in Blairsville. That being said, these two young men, Blake Dickey, a.k.a. Blake Dye, 15 years old, and Hunter Hill, 15 years old, both of Blairsville, Georgia, for the murder of Justin McKinney, 33 of Morganton. They will go before a judge, okay? And I'm learning now they will go before Judge Brenda Weaver anywhere between 10 and noon. So somewhere in that window, we will be there in the courtroom. Anywhere in that window between 10 and noon, they will be going before Judge Brenda Weaver, Superior Court Judge in Fannin County. Now, there's two arrests right now. Who drove them? Who drove them to murder Justin McKinney? That is still under investigation, and that is developing, and you will find out soon. That's all I can tell you. But I don't care. We're not Atlanta media. We never will be Atlanta media. We're not getting up with the aspiration of being a satellite truck. We are not. As CEO of this company, my aspiration is not to get up and be a satellite truck. My aspiration is get up, participate, cooperate, help law enforcement get the bad guys, at the same time get you information. So there is a third person, and I'm not even going to call them of interest, as the media will. There's a third person. There is a driver. That is under investigation, and when they complete what they need there, it's likely you will see a third arrest. That's not up to me, but likely you will see a third arrest in this case. Also, allegedly, okay, one of the brothers, and I don't know which one. Josh, would you know which one? Do you know which one the brothers Dickey or Hill? Is it Blake Dickey's brother, or Blake Dickey's brother, or Hunter Hill's brother?
I can't be 100% sure.
Okay, we can't be 100%. All right, one of these guys' brother went and purchased. Sources, the social media chatter, sources say the night before purchased drugs from this Josh McKinney. We don't know if it was the night before, but purchased drugs from Josh McKinney, overdosed, was hospitalized. This is all chatter right now, okay? We can't confirm this, but we know we're real close to it. And supposedly they were avenging their brother purchasing bad drugs. Anna Franklin was in the house. She was shot in the and transported to the hospital. I do not at this time know who pulled the trigger. We will find that out today. We'll see if we can find that out today, who pulled the trigger. These guys were arrested in school. Okay, they had went. What is it? 1 a.m. Let's see. GBI at 12:50. Yeah, 1 a.m. The caller, a female victim, indicated that she and a male victim had been shot. So they went at 1 a.m., all right, in the morning, shot this individual, McKinney, wounded the lady, and went to school. Went to school. They were arrested in school. They came to class. In fact, I spoke to a teacher last night that one of these kids was in their class, the teacher's class, that day after killing and murdering somebody at 1 a.m. 15-year-old kid. So it's all over the school. The scuttlebutt is all over the school. It's all over social media. We will try to fill in the details as they come to us. So I apologize for not being as prepared as I would like to be. All right, now everybody was together for a day. And let me explain the first 2 years, not completely, of Trump's presidency, and the last 2 years, the next 2 years. The first 2 years, obviously, day in, day out, there was excitement on the attempts he was making to drain the swamp, go after Peter Strzok, go after Lisa Page, go after Bruce Orr, the attempts to look closer into Hillary Clinton and her crime family. Those things were exciting to many of us. The next 2 years will be the two years that they will do everything they can. I know what you're saying. They've done everything they can for 2 years. It changes. I have to tell you, it changes, okay? This may be a very scary time, the next 2 years, for conservatives or people that want to drain the swamp, or people that have hopes of taking this country and making it great again. Making the country great again is a large window, but many of us have a much narrow scope of what it will take to make the country great again, and that's my fear. So let's say this morning at 4:06, number 7. Trump on coming debt crisis. All right, the debt. Okay. Now I'm going to say to you, we can't, as conservatives, we can't, as Republicans, we can't bury our head in the sand and forget the debt. All right. I watched George W. Bush up there eulogize his father yesterday, and yes, that's a sad moment. And my heart goes out to the family. George W. Bush gave us 2 wars, particularly one, George H.W. Bush, added trillions of dollars to the debt. George W. Bush went to war. He claimed, okay, that he was avenging the attack of 9/11. He was avenging the attack of 9/11. We were looking, we tagged some bad guys. We tagged Saddam Hussein and we tagged bin Laden, right? We tagged some bad guys. So I'm not going to say they're not bad guys, but let's just say created. So we created a couple bad guys, bin Laden and Saddam Hussein. We blamed bin Laden for 9/11, and we created Saddam Hussein as weapons of mass destruction. And so we did that, okay? Let me remind you of something, all right? Let's go, before I go there, let's go here. Give me number... Hold on just a second, because I really want to get this out and put this together. The funeral is today in Houston, and it's over in Washington, D.C., and yes, I have the... Let's go to... I don't have a picture of Bush right now at the funeral, George W., but let's get off the debt crisis and Trump for a minute. Let's just go to farewell to a president, number one. Anyhow, that being said, George W. Bush, you know, we found two bad guys, right? All right? Now, this morning, they're talking about the debt, okay? And Bush and Trump said, you know, I'll be gone. And by the time the debt reaches that collapsing moment in American history, in this country, I'll be gone, all right? Now, all of a sudden, Donald J. Trump just doesn't care about the debt. George W. Bush, the two wars, the two bad guys that were created, bin Laden and Saddam Hussein, we got the bad guys. America loves a good show, a TV show. We love it when we have bad guys to go get. We love it when we go for them. And then we love it when we catch the bad guys, all right? So it's like a series on TV. A lot of people are coming after me on this right now, and I'm not saying that we should have let bin Laden live, and he's not a bad guy, or Saddam. Just keep in mind, we created two bad guys. We created trillions of dollars on the national debt. Trillions. Through these wars. Not paid for. Where did that money go? Where did the trillions of dollars in debt that George W. Bush participated in, okay? Where did it go? Where did the trillions of dollars in debt that Barack Obama participated in, okay? Where did those trillions of dollars, whose pockets got that money, okay? But today, you have out there running all the media. Number 7, Trump oncoming debt crisis. I won't be here when it blows up. Okay? Number 8, the friction came to a head in early 2017 when senior officials offered Trump charts and graphics laying out the numbers and showing a hockey stick spike in the national debt in the not too distant future. In response, Trump noted that the data suggested the debt would reach a critical mass only after his possible second term in office. So they showed him a graph and they said, okay, if you're reelected here, you're out here, here is the critical date. And Trump said, well, I'll be gone when it blows up. But now the debt, okay? So in the next 2 years, all I'll tell you is we're going to find the debt in the next 2 years. We're going to, I don't know what the stock market is doing this morning, if it's open yet, because I don't have to purchase or trade or buy any stock. So I don't know what it's going to do, what interest rates will do, what the coming recession that they want to believe that we're in. Now we have the debt, Trump doesn't care. That's big news today going around, Trump not caring about the debt. But I want to say one more time, and I'll move on. I just want to use this as a highlight. Paul Ryan didn't care about the debt. Nancy Pelosi didn't care about the debt. Okay? Go back and look at this debt. How it surged, where it has grown. All right? Why we do not have zero-based budgeting, why we don't have pay-go, why we do not have, with Republicans in control, right here, to me, is the reason, one of the reasons why the Republicans are not in power in the House anymore. Quickly, the House of Representatives is the purse strings of the country. Absolutely. They're the purse strings of the country, and, you know, the spending goes up and up and up. The omnibus bills go up and up and up. The payments for war have gone up and up and up. The payments for bailouts, you name it. And now they have found the debt. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up today with several other stories that are going on out there. And this election issue in North Carolina. Democrats have found a North Carolina election that they think Republicans are up to some corruption. No, not Orange County, California. Not Broward County, Florida. Democrats have found a district in North Carolina. I'm your host, BKP. Let's take a brief break.